Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Adrianne and today is our Flow 7, the last one of our first Pilates Reformer Board series. I'm glad you came back today, or if this is the first time you're joining, welcome. It's not going to be our last Pilates board video. There will be others. Maybe we'll get some props in there. A lot to look forward to on this channel. For today's class, since it's the last one of the series, there's just a few things we need to do before we get started. Have your Pilates mat down, your board ready to go, sit up next to you with the gliders towards your body. And then from there, make sure you have on those Pilates gripper socks. We want to make sure for safety reasons that we have those on so we don't slide across the floor or injure ourselves, maybe falling in one of our activities today. From there, let's go ahead and get started. Grab that bottle of water if you need it, so you have it on your breaks, and we will get going. Let's get started. Okay, come to a seated position on your mat. We're just gonna do some light stretching here, warming up our bodies, giving a little stretch through the arms. Arms can come back by the shoulder blade, maybe interlocking those hands if that feels good, stretching through that upper back. Take the hands to your head, tilting your chin towards your chest, just a light little stretch through the neck. Stacking your spine tall, taking your ear to your shoulder. Gaze looks up to the ceiling, coming center, maybe looking down towards the floor here, and back center. Stacking your head back tall. Opposite hand pulls your head, taking it towards your ear. Again, gaze to the ceiling, and center, and back down, and center. Let's go ahead and come to that standing position. We're going to go into some downward dog poses. All right, you guys, we're going to do a nice roll down and come to a downward dog position. If you want, reach those arms high above the head, tucking that chin, rounding in the spine, one bone at a time. You can walk those hands forward, step those feet back. I have my feet down on my board. I want to send my hips up to the ceiling. While I'm here, lowering one heel and alternating. Feeling that nice stretch through the back side of the legs, through our hamstrings. Stretching through our shoulders. We're inhaling through our nose and exhaling out our mouth. And now my gliders are locked on my board. We're gonna lift both of our heels high. Maybe walk your hands a little bit forward. We're gonna take our feet one at a time on those gliders, sending our legs out to come to our first plank. Hands or forearms can be down on the mat, belly button drawing up to the spine. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. You got it, just a nice static hold. We're holding this for 30 seconds. Almost there. For 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees, come into the mat, taking a child's pose stretch. Okay, guys, let's come into our second plank. This time, we want to make sure those gliders are unhooked and separated so that they can both move independently. Then coming to our mat, hands or forearms can be down. Your toes are going to go on to those gray gliders. And when you're ready here, go ahead, lifting your knees. We're sending our legs out, holding on our toes. Belly button is drawing up to the spine. Arms in line with shoulders. Shoulder blades drawing inward towards the spine. You can add in some movement. Maybe we're adding mountain climbers today. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out that mouth. Again, staying lifted. You can go as fast or as slow as you like. Still breathing. Almost there, you guys. For 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs in and rest. Taking those knees out to the side. Again, coming to child's pose stretch. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out that mouth. Let's go ahead, rounding in that spine, come up, and we'll get our board ready for some supine arms. For those supine arms, go ahead and set your strap to the end with the gliders, and then you're bringing that kneeling pad down onto those handles for a little bit of cushion for your head. Our legs are going to be facing down the board, and we're going to come to a laying down position, that supine position on our backs. Make sure you round in your spine as you come down, repositioning that pad if you need to. Arms are going to be long by your side to find imprint spine. Pelvis is going to tilt slightly towards that belly button to flatten your lower back. That's our imprint. From here, we're going to bring our legs up to tabletop position, one leg at a time, and then reaching by your head, go ahead and grab this handle in your right hand first. Check that hair and make sure you're not hitting your hair with it. Arm is going to be up towards the ceiling, and we have our lower and lifts here. As you exhale, hand is going to lower down by your hips. Inhale, you go back up to the ceiling, and just repeating here. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. We can add progressions onto this. As you lift and lower those arms, you're lifting your head, neck, and chest to lower, and coming back down to reverse. Further progression is a single leg extension. So as those hands lower, you can extend one leg out, come back to tabletop as they come back up to the ceiling. You can also try a double leg extension here. Again, just keep maintaining that flat back connection with your board. Last 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold those legs out. We're gonna do little lower and lifts, keeping that tailbone down. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop and rest it down. Hands come by your head, feet to the floor. Just taking that nice inhale and exhale, and maybe rocking a little side to side to stretch out that lower spine. Moving on, we're going to go into our tricep presses. To do that, imprint that spine, Legs come to tabletop again, one at a time. Use that low belly to find this placement. Arms are going to extend up to the ceiling again. As you lower those arms down, you're going to bend. Fingertips come to ceiling. Exhale, press back to the hips. Working that tricep. Adding in our progressions here. You can use those same progressions. Adding that chest lift. Adding that single leg. Maybe double leg extension. You got it, you guys. Belly button is drawing down towards the spine. Last two. And last one. Bring it to tabletop. We're gonna hold here with our hands by our hips. Shifting those knees to the left, coming center, and then to the right. Alternating side to side here. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come center and come down and rest. Just taking that nice inhale and exhale. You may have to readjust that pillow in case it goes flying and taken off. It's okay. Arms are gonna go out to T in this next variation. Same thing, extend arms up to the ceiling, legs to tabletop, flat imprint spine. On your exhale, lower those arms down to your hips. Palms are gonna rotate in. Exhale, you open out to the side and back. Directly out to the side is that T position. Slightly up to the ceiling is that V position. You wanna work in a range that feels good for your shoulders, focusing on those muscles in your back. We should be activating through our lats, those triceps are lifting here. Shoulder blades drawing down. Really, we're feeling this in our back and not really the shoulders, the front of the shoulders. Adding in progressions, we can lift that head, neck, and chest, and then legs can open out towards the side. That nice air jack position. We're inhaling through our nose, exhaling out that mouth. You got it, you guys. Last 4, 3, 2, last one. Go ahead, bring those legs to tabletop. You can lay your head back down or stay lifted for that progression. We're going into arm circles. Circling the size of a plate, mirroring each other on both sides of the body. For 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse that direction. We're going the opposite way. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling out that mouth. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Go ahead and grab that knee pad again if you need to reposition it. We have a crossbody oblique twist. So I want you to take your left arm nice and long by your body with your palm facing up. Right hand is holding that handle. Legs are coming to tabletop position. Arm is gonna lift up to the ceiling. And on our exhale, we're lifting that head, neck, and chest, trying to bring your hands close together, and then lowering back down. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. We're using the side obliques here, feeling a little bit more of the movement through those deep abs. Adding in a single leg extension. You got it. Just working this one side. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest it down. Great job, you guys. Let's go ahead and reposition ourselves to start on the other side. Staying in that supine position on your board, again, flat lower back to your Pilates board. We've switched that handle now to my left hand. Working those same exercises on the left side of the body, we need to be nice and balanced through our arms and our back. When you're ready, legs are going to come to tabletop position one at a time. Arm is going to extend straight up towards that ceiling, and we have our lower and lifts on this side. Exhale as you lower, inhale as you lift. If you notice your head is getting caught in that elastic just a little too much, go ahead and stop and reposition yourself. Maybe you want to just come down a little bit further on your board to allow that elastic a little bit more freedom to move. Again, let's start here. Bring your legs to tabletop position one at a time. We have that flat lower back to our carriage. Arm extends up to that ceiling. We're exhaling to lower, inhaling to lift. Adding in your chest lift. Exhale, chest lift. Inhale to lower down. Adding in the single leg. Maybe that double leg. You got it, you guys. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're staying lifted, the arm is down. We have our little baby lower and lifts here. Working a range of motion that feels good for you. Keeping that tailbone down and imprint spine. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop and lower down, resting that hand by your head. Also, if you notice your tailbone is sticking off the bottom of your reformer frame, it's okay. Maybe grabbing your mat, rolling it up under here to give you a little bit more cushion and support so you're that same height. That's okay to do. All right, let's move on to our triceps on this side. We're gonna go ahead, extend our arm up to the ceiling, legs come to tabletop position. On your exhale, lower that arm down by your side and you're bending the elbows. Fingertips come to ceiling on your inhale, exhale, press back to the hips. Adding in those progressions if you want them. Chest lift as that hand lowers. Then you can add that single leg. Maybe that double leg extension. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop. We're going to shift our knees to the right, coming through center, shifting them to the left. and center. Holding that chest lift is going to activate more of your upper abs as you shift side to side. You got it. Last two here. And last one. Come center and rest it down, relaxing your hand by your head. Again, taking this inhale and exhale here. Maybe you're shifting your knees from side to side. Kind of butterfly them. Open if that feels good. Just stretching out that lower spine. All right. From here, arms out to a T or V position. Again, exhale, legs come to tabletop. One at a time, that arm extends up to the ceiling. On your exhale, you're lowering it down to your hip and the palms are turning in to face the body. From here, it's opening out to that T. Inhale, lifting out to the side. Exhale, lowering down. You may notice as you're doing this single-handed that your side abs want to shrink up on that side. You want to try to not move that torso, keeping really long through that spine. Sometimes mirroring your arms on both sides of the body helps to keep that core nice and stable. We're inhaling through the nose, exhaling out that mouth. And rest it down. Then we have our arm out to either that T or V position. From here, exhale, bring those legs to tabletop. Your arm's gonna extend up to the ceiling. Inhaling, then exhale, lower that arm down to your hip. Palm turns in to face the body, and then we're opening out to that T and coming back together. Arms can repeat and mirror each other to help lengthen through that torso and keep your body balanced. Adding in progressions if you want them. You can add that chest lift. You can add an air jack with your legs on this side. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out that mouth, keeping that flat lower back to the carriage. Last 4. Last 2. And last 1. Come to tabletop and rest it down. We have our last exercise for our supine arms, which is our cross-body oblique twist. Taking your right hand, palm is facing up towards the ceiling. Left hand still has that handle. Again, we're nice and imprinted through that lower back. So just check that spine. Legs come to tabletop position, one at a time. Arms gonna extend up to the ceiling, and you're bringing that arm across your body so that hands come together. Inhale as arm comes up, exhale as it lowers down towards the hip. Adding in that leg progression if you want it here. Single leg extension. We're working through those side obliques, our side abs. You got it, you guys. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop and rest it down. Great job. Let's move on. All right, you guys, I have changed position with my board. I have the gliders near me. They're locked together. I'm gonna take the knee pad down right across them. On the opposite end of the board, I have the strap hooked because we're gonna use that next here. Coming to high kneeling, we're gonna place our inside leg on top of that knee pad, right across the gliders. We're gonna go ahead and place our foot out to the side on the mat, taking a nice tall spine. Hands can stay on the hips. Again, we're externally rotating through this leg. Make sure that heel is all the way flat to the mat. Pressing in that heel, we're gonna slide out using the inner thigh muscles. Again, shoulders are down, chest is open, shoulder blades drawing down and back. Let's do 10 of them here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Let's do 5 more. Last 3. Last 1. Go ahead, bring it in. Keeping our heel down, as we slide out, I want you to pause and lift that heel. As you slide in, lowering that heel back down. So slide out and lift, slide in and lower. Out and lift, in and lower. Feeling this really much through those inner thighs. You're using your low core, those abs. You got it. Last 2. And last 1. Come back in. If you need to, come off for a second and rest. Maybe sit your glutes to your heels. Give that inner thigh a break. And that's okay. Maybe taking a figure 4 stretch. So go ahead, sit on your bum. Maybe crossing ankle over opposite knee. Bring your other leg in and just stretching through those hips. And we'll reverse that. Ankle over knee and stretch. Then coming back up, we're going to come to that same position in our body. Knee is down on that pad, on those gliders, outside leg, on that mat, externally rotated, hands to hips. From here, heel is going to stay lifted the whole time. As you're lifted, we're going to slide out through that inner thigh and back in. Again, out and in, working those low abs. Breathing in through the nose, out the mouth. You got it, you guys. We're almost there. Arms can extend out to the side if you like, adding a little rotation towards that knee. You got it. Last 2. And last 1. Come back in. Heel goes down, hands come to hips. And let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and place those handles down. And we're gonna place this pad to the top of the board to come into some side line. My knee is still gonna be down on the glider. My top leg is going in my strap, and I've placed that knee pad on the top side of where the strap is hooked to the board. From here, we're gonna lift our hips up to the ceiling, creating a nice lifted side plank through our body. Letting that weight come down in the forearm, keeping that chest open and trying to keep your head in line with your spine. We're gonna lower and lift that top leg. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out that mouth. You got it. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you need to rest, bring your hips down. Sit it up, maybe stretching out that arm. Then we're coming back to that sideline position. We're gonna bring our elbow to our knee and extend back out. When you're ready, again, we're coming up on that underside knee, lifting through our side oblique. Arm and leg are both extended. Elbow to knee, little side crunch as we bend and extend. You got it, you guys. Last 6. Last 4. Last 2 and 1, and rest it down. We have some unilateral bridging. So from this position, keeping your foot in the strap, I want you to swing around so that your legs are coming off the mat in this direction. Go ahead, bring that pad up to the top part of your board to help cushion you. Come to a laying down position, head resting down. We're gonna keep those arms nice and long by our sides. My foot in the strap is gonna come up to a tabletop position. From here, we are going to bridge. Take a nice inhale and exhale out the mouth. Weight is going in the left leg as we articulate, tilting that pelvis towards the belly button and lift, and coming back down one vertebrae at a time. Exhaling as you go up and inhaling as you come back down. Check your rib cage. We don't want the ribs flaring outward. We want them drawing inward. As we expel that air, our lungs are not pushing out, but they should be filling laterally to the sides. You got it, you guys. Let's do 4 more. Last 2. And last one, try holding with that tailbone lifted. Leg is gonna extend to the ceiling and back down. Again, staying lifted, equal through those hips. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to tabletop and slowly come down and rest. Maybe rocking side to side, hugging knees to chest, or lengthening through the back side of the legs. Point and flex. I've now placed the strap on my left foot. Left foot is gonna come up to tabletop. I'm in that nice neutral spine on my back for our bridges on this side. On your exhale, let's go ahead and peel our hips up to the ceiling, that articulation. Inhale, lower back down. Ribs are knitting together. Belly button is drawing to that spine. You guys got this. We're lengthening through that upper back and neck. Last 3, 2, and 1. Staying lifted here. Leg extends up to the ceiling and back to tabletop. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop and slowly come down to rest. Again, hugging knees to chest, rocking side to side, and adding that stretch through the back side of the legs. I've changed my position around so you can see my board a little bit better on this side of my body. My foot is still in that left stirrup. This time I have my strap hooked. I guess again, it's still away from the gliders, and that knee pad is down right on top of the gliders. I'm bringing my forearm down, and my underside leg is gonna go onto those knee pads. And I'm gonna position myself to lift here in that side plank, lifting through my body as we lower and lift that top leg. Neck is in line with the spine, lengthening, using your side abs. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling out our mouth for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and lower it down. Coming up to stretch through those shoulders, stretch through those arms if you need to. Then we'll come back in for our elbow to knee exercise. Again, lifting through those side obliques. Place your arm down. Forearm is nice and parallel with the floor. Knees are gonna come up onto your gliders. When you're ready here, let's go ahead. Lift coming onto that knee, creating that side plank. Again, arm and leg are gonna be long. We're bringing elbow to knee. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling out that mouth. You got it. For 8. We got 6. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1. And rest it down. Taking your foot out of the strap. All right, you guys, I now have my knee pad on my gliders. Make sure your gliders are hooked together. We're gonna work our inner thighs on this side. Coming to a high kneeling position on that glider. Outside leg is gonna come out to the side on the mat. Our toes are down, externally rotated, opening through your chest and allowing those shoulder blades to come down and back. Staying again, lifted in the spine and pulled in at the belly button as we slide that inside leg out and bring it back in. We're gonna try to do 10 on this movement here on this side. We're inhaling through the nose and exhaling out that mouth. Let's do 5 more here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Pull it all the way in. Okay, my heel was down for that one. This time, we're gonna add in that heel movement. As we send it out, let's go ahead, lift that heel. As we draw it back in, we will lower. So slide out to lift, bring it in to lower. Feeling that stretch through those inner thighs, really working them hard here. Lower, I screwed that up. Lift, draw it in to lower. Out to lift, in to lower, you got it. Last 2. And last one, lift and lower. Go ahead, rest that heel down. Come off that glider for a second. We'll take that nice stretch here. Again, you can do a figure 4 if that feels good. Just crossing ankle over the opposite knee and sitting into it. Feeling that stretch through our hip flexors. Taking a nice inhale and exhale. For uncrossing, stretching that opposite side. Stretching through our hips. Nice inhale and exhale. All right, you guys, we're coming back to our glider. Again, inside shin, down on the knee pad, outside leg is off to the side. Lifted in that spine, heel is gonna be lifted here. We're gonna go ahead, slide our inner leg out. Use those low abs to draw in. So we're pressing out and in, inhaling through that nose, exhaling out that mouth. You got this. You can add those arms extended out to the side, pulling in a rotation towards the knee as we slide out. So you rotate and twist in towards the center. Rotating over the knee, rotating towards that front, that twisting motion. You got it. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing it back in, hands come back down to the hips, and let's go ahead and rest. Again, thanks for joining me today, guys. We're going to cool down here. Final stretches for the class. You can take your legs out to the side, nice little straddle stretch. Maybe allowing your elbows to draw towards that mat, towards your knees. Walking your hands out. Let's come to our left leg. Head draws towards knee as our hands grab onto that ankle. Nice inhale and exhale here. Maybe point and flex your feet. Walking through center. Hands can come around to the right ankle. Again, head draws towards your knee. Maybe point and flex. Coming back to center. Walking, sitting up tall in the spine. Legs can come together for our butterfly stretch. Sending those knees out to the side, sitting tall in the spine. Taking a deep stretch here. Thank you again, like I said, for joining me today. I hope to see you for more of our Pilates board series that we'll be coming up with next. Stay tuned for more details in the next week.